business persons in Africa don't even sign contract with people to do business. You just, they know you.
Okay.
You know, so this
it's on a personal, still on a personal basis.
Exactly.
A contractual basis.
Exactly. So that's very, very important. Now, there's something called the 3 Ps of doing business in Africa. One is pensiveness, you know, just common sense. You know, number 2 is patience. You know, you have to have patience in order to be able to be successful in anything you do. That's number 2. Number 3 is perseverance. You have to persevere because there are a lot of obstacles, a lot of things that you might get
throw you off track very easily.
You might get frustrated with. For example, there's something called African time. You know, and most people understand it. They might say, okay, the meeting is at 3 o'clock, but then, you know, they will just come to meet you by 6 o'clock. It's fine with them.
That's African time.
Exactly. So you have to understand that. You don't get angry. Say, well, I'll be here since 3 o'clock. You wasted my time. You don't go that way. You just, you know, relax and sit down and just talk as if nothing happened. And with time, you get used to it. You know, that's part of the business culture. And so you have to understand that in order to be successful in doing business there. Now, somebody says, well, I'm going to Africa to do business. Now, what is the pros? What are the pros? What am I getting? Fine, Africa is almost about 1 billion people in Africa. So that's a very huge market there. Is. Exactly. That's 1 billion people in Africa. That's a very huge market. So that's an advantage. 2, the economy of the whole continent is about 1.3 trillion US dollars. So that's a lot of money, you know, there to spend, buying power and all this. So that's a very big advantage of doing business.
Big market.
Exactly. And out of this 1.3 billion, South Africa accounts for about 40%, you know, of all the businesses done in Africa. So what you call sub-Saharan Africa, so to speak. That's about 40%. Now, having said that, you know, why is it that a lot of African businesses, you know, people go to Africa and then they don't succeed? What are the obstacles? What are the obstacles to doing business? Number 1 is corruption.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to.
We've dealt with that.
Exactly. You have to pay people and all this and that. In fact, that's why in this country you have what they call the Foreign, you know, Corrupt Practices Act that, you know, forbids American businesses from giving bribes to do business overseas. But what happened now is that the Justice Department is turning a blind eye to that law because American businesses are complaining. They say, well, now the Chinese, the French, the British are beating us in business because they don't care about that. They do, you know, they do what exactly what they need to do and get the business. And we are sitting here watching them getting all the business, and we can't because we are forbidden from even giving $1. So with that, you know, the Justice Department said, okay, just, you know, go on as far as you don't get
looking the other way in
looking the other way. Exactly, so they can get part of the business. Number 2 is absence of data. That's very important, you know. You can go to an office now, ask for data of 2010. What you get is the data of 2000 or 1999.
So nothing is updated.
Exactly.
Information in reference to.
That's correct, and that's very, very critical.
Okay, Dr. Madu, what we'll do, we'll take our second commercial break, after which we'll come back and we'll allow you to continue giving us, excuse me, what I consider to be essential information in terms of dealing with this whole idea of an open business Africa. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial.